Yo, 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 it's Twitch Connect! How's everybody doing out there, man? Oh, don't tell me there's a delay. Hopefully that's not the case, because I'm getting a delay here on my screen. How's the sound? How's the, is it like, is there like a delay, echo, garbage, anything messed up again with this thing? Let me know in the comment section below, so we can like make corrections before we can continue. Okay, all good in the hood, right? All right, Kevin Allen says it's good, looking good. Okay, excellent, radical, beautiful, gotta love it. Okay, so righty then, let's get on with this. Okay, let me see. You know what, did I finish hang on a second, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So Wirecast crashed on that. Hopefully you guys are still there. Let's make sure that you guys are still. Yeah, you are. Okay. How about here? Are you guys still there? Wirecast crashed. A good thing it crashed now and not whilst we were live. What a pain. What a pain. Can't. You know what? I'm shocked. I can't have anything go right at all. Like, for example, on my phone, I recorded a video on my phone, right, with a regular camera. It's recorded right side up, and I upload it, and it's upside down. Like, why do I have these kind of technical difficulties? The reason why I did it on my phone is because I wanted to quickly put it out, right? So with no technical difficulties. Yet I still get it. I have the worst luck with technology, man. I swear to God. It's unbelievable, right? Whilst everybody else has an easy time, I seem to struggle when something that should be simple, right, fails to function properly. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable the way it is, the way my luck is, basically. But that's just the way it is, man. And you know what? I gotta laugh it off because that's all I can do, right? It's just bad luck at the worst, right? For example, my audio on my computer doesn't work. Doesn't explain. It works sometimes. Like for example, it works through Skype, but it doesn't work through YouTube on the what's it called, webpage, or it doesn't work on my my virtual machine that I'm logging in through. And I'm like, okay, that don't make no sense. Why would it do that? And so I could troubleshoot it and I could find out what the problem is. But I keep having to do this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's a non-stop struggle that, you know, it just would like everything to just work once. I wish I could just do that. I wish I could I wish I could just have it like once I fix it, like I could. I'm just ranting here. Never mind me. I'm just blowing off some steam, right? Because like it's just I can fix it, right? I have the ability to fix it all, right? It seems like it's a never-ending story, right? Of well, this doesn't work and that doesn't work, and then I fix that and then something else breaks. I fix that and then something else breaks. I fix that and then something else breaks. And so yeah. Once I do that, it's just so there becomes a point where you're like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get to a good enough point, and that's it, right? And not worry about the rest. And it's kind of sucky because I want to show you guys something on my screen here and play it for you. We can play a small clip for you, but I can't. But anyways, just ranting. Just let me go. Let me rant for a bit, and let's get on with our faces and stuff like that. Because it rant over. Okay, so today, not in a bull market yet. Yeah, nope. Unfortunately. Hey, wait, do I have enough lighting here? Let me go back here. So I noticed that my main light's not on. And you know what? The shadow, maybe I should get another light source going here. Hang on. No, how about that? Yeah. Looking good. Looking better. Definitely. Okay. That's better. There's a lot less shadow here. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Let's do it. So, once again, right? Bitcoin underneath, no bull market yet. Oh, come on, Bitcoin. Oh man, go up. Bitcoin, move up, not down, up. We want you to go up, not down. Oh, Bitcoin, come on, please. Oh man. Okay. You think he's got? You think my editor's got some faces that he can use? Oh, I think so. So let's get on with the show. The video paused for 30 seconds because it crashed. The whole application crashed, and so I had to restart the application and hit the record or hit the stream again. Okay, so hopefully that won't happen again. Let me just make sure that I have the charts ready. Okay. Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's his next move? Let's find out in the charts. Again, I did that again. Oh well. I need to move this anyway. So right here. There we go. Jesus, point that way. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm trying to point that way because that's where the chart is on this side, right? But yeah, I gotta reverse it because it's a reversed image here. So that's why I keep getting it wrong. All right, Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's its next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Bitcoin has came up to its target area to where it has to close above 41,000 for like at least 4 hours to a day, and nope, rejected. And does that mean Bitcoin is going to come back and retest the bottom of this range here? We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you watch all the way to the end. There's lots of information that you could use in this episode. I haven't done one in a long time, so it's been like 2 days. I've been away from the YouTube channels, so I'm going to be giving you everything you need to trade this. And if you want to trade, you can do so by trading it at bybit.davincij15.com or femex.davincij15.com. Also, we're doing this live, right, in front of everybody that subscribe to Pandora's Wallet or davincij15.com. If you head over there and you subscribe, you can watch this show live and also get our trade signals, what I'm buying with cryptocurrencies, and a lot more. So make sure you do that because it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun over there. So don't miss out because we're raising the prices at the end of this weekend. So make sure you get in before the weekend's out and you miss miss this low price that you're going to be getting the subscription for. You can see it at the back there. There's the subscription prices. Alrighty, yes. So let's head over to the charts. But before we do, remember that this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting your money into the market because this is just trading entertainment. Okay. So it's been a roller coaster ride. I mean, we knew once we came down here, we were in for some chop, right? We already set the what's it called, the tempo immediately once we're down here, because this was serious support. That's going to take a lot of work for the bears to freaking break down, and this became serious resistance up here. Mostly, let's take a look at the past, right? You can see the resistance was here and here, right? Before, and now, and then it became support, and then it failed as support, and then over here, you can see we had major support. So, I mean, this is going to be a brick wall for the bears, right? Absolute brick wall. They've got a lot of fighting to do in order to get this thing down. They're not like, let's just say we come down here and we test this. It's gonna bounce off of that so fast, like a butter, like you stick butter on or water onto a burning hot pan, and it's just gonna go. Right? The bears are not gonna get an easy go at breaking this below the $30,000 mark for anytime soon. But the the trend, the ratio that we're going to go down and break the 30,000 mark is about 60% chance, but dropping as time continues, because they have to test this multiple times before they break it. And if they don't get those tests done sooner rather than later, then obviously the next thing is that these people who are accumulating down here in this range, they'll get tired. They'll accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, and eventually there's not going to be enough bitcoins in the on the exchanges for this to support this continuing on a sideways track. So yeah, looking forward to that. All right, so let me clear all these drawing tools, remove drawing tools. And if you're interested in using TradingView, you can do so and help me out a little bit, right? Cover my Netflix a subscription, and that's about it. But by heading over to DaVinci J15, no, sorry, TradingView, sorry, tradingview.davincij15.com to subscribe, and you can also get you can get access to TradingView through my link. And also, if you own some DJ15 tokens, you'll also get a percentage of my revenue back as well, because the DJ15 token, right, if you guys don't know, is also about, I give a percentage back to the community, right, by buying up the tokens and burning them. So I haven't done a burn in a while, so I'm gonna be doing that sometime shortly. So yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, so right here, let me just put those back, because those are the resistance lines, right? Key resistance and support and resistance lines. So this top level is resistance, this bottom is support, and we're fighting this battle, and we're going to be fighting this for quite some time, as both sides, except for the bullish side, has is the weakest way to go. Basically, the weakest way, meaning that bears have a harder time than the bulls do, right? But because we're down here, it's more likely that we might end up breaking down, especially if we end up down in this in the 30,000, 32,000-ish area for a long time, and keep bouncing down hard and hitting this thing. We're going to eventually break through. So let's see what happens. I mean, anything can happen at this point, but once we break above, the odds are we're going straight to 50,000-ish, 50-ish, 55, 50-ish thousand. Probably. Let's just take a look. Let's just do some fibs and find out where the most likely target is, and that's probably around the obviously the 61.8 is the most likely target. This is the 51. Yeah, there we go. $51,000 level, and we probably just head up to the 57 just for laughs before we roll back. All right, let's head over to Ethereum, see what it's doing. Probably not much of anything either. Ethereum, yes, that's just how you roll. Let's see here. Oh no. There you go. I remember doing this bull flag, saying, hey, don't take it all the way to the top. And if you took it, there you have it. You got your profits and you walked away. If you walked away with your profits, maybe you might have held it, but you at least it stopped to 50%. You at least got something out of that. Especially since it was a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. It was a decent trade, and I hope you guys made that. We're noticing here right now, Ethereum is back to the bottom of the range here. So let's take a look at what we've got here, and let's move this thing. Probably we should move this thing down, because we are definitely at a level where, let's see here. Let's see if we can move this into a certain. I don't like the fact that we moved it so much. Okay, so let's go here. Let's do this. And see if that is anything. Or let's do, how about here? And here. Yeah, that's most likely. scenario here. There we go. So let's take a look at that and look and continue it on this track. Now we can see that Ethereum has reversed heavily. It's down at the lower part of the of this range here, this this symmetrical triangle actually that we've been trying to draw out. And the question is, will it break and go lower? And if it does, right, where's the target? Well, first, I wouldn't trade this until let's just see here. Did we actually break this top? Yes, we did. Kind of like breaking the M, so I'm not going to count that as an M, but these ones right here, this one probably we can count. Break down. We've already broke this, and then it said, oh no, and hurt anybody who went into a short, breakout short. So basically, we should say this level right about here, the 2200 level, is where we should consider jumping into a short on Ethereum to clearly mark the beginning of that that bearish trend for sure, or at least mark it for sure. Let's just pretend that it's not Ethereum is going to mess with our brains, because it normally does, but it's going to probably break down here. And if it does, let's go down to the shorter time frame, see if we can find something to get us in a trade. Right now we're kind of late to the party. You can see we already broke down. We would, if we were a little bit earlier, like let's see here, this is 15 minutes candle, so we were like I don't know, 45 minutes ago we could have gotten into a trade that would have allowed us to let this see this thing roll out even further. Will Ethereum give us another chance at this crack at this bat? Most likely. If you want, you can always do the Hail Mary trade on this. Little scary because it's not the greatest thing to do just on the the Hail Mary trade without some sort of like divergence or something like that to actually give you enough reason to believe that it's going to work. But not always does the market comes bouncing back up to the 78.6. The Hail Mary trade, it's basically you take it to the 70. You take the trade blindly at the 78.6, and then you stop loss it at the top, right, which would be this one right there. You stop loss it at the stop, and there you have it. So entry. Let's head over to it. Let's head over to actual spot trading. Remember, it's the best thing to do if you're going to trade to trade on the market that you want to trade. So I'm going to go over to Bybit, right? Remember bybit.davincij15.com, and we're going to expand this right here, the 5 minute. And the reason why we want to do that is because this is where you can get your actual right fibs, right entry levels if you're trading on Bybit. And most people do trade on Bybit because it has the most liquidity for traders. So make sure you do your chart analysis and entry points on the exchange that you want to trade on. So let's do that, and let's go short Hail Mary right up here, a little bit far in the nosebleed section. I would be doubtful that it's going to get up here. I would move your entry to 61.8. The reason why, because you can see there's a lot. This was a breakdown point, right? Which we see that we could have taken a trade on. And the problem with this is that it's not always good to enter on when it returns back to that area. But hey, we're not going to risk a whole lot of money here. You're going to risk less than 1%, maybe 2% on this trade, and then take this risk to reward ratio just to 2 to 1. So because we're not going to get greedy, and then we're probably just going to go, hey, you know what? I'm going to let this thing ride, or take 50%, move it my stop to 50%, and let this thing ride. If it comes back and I stopped out at the 50% mark, who cares? I'm in profit, right? But maybe you'll get some big profits should this thing, the bottom drop out on this thing. over time. So it's you're at least playing from a position of strength with a small amount of capital. That's not bad at all. So that's where I would look for an entry level trade right now. Very decent. Even if this continues lower, I think staying at this level here would probably be the smartest move for you to make to enter the trade. So let's just say, you know, price action comes all the way down here, drags this fib, drags it all the way, let's see here, to 350, right, there we go, to 350, and then it bounces. You can see that, you know, I would say I'd stick it right there because it might just come back and then, yeah, I'm done, and then die off, and then away you go. Away you go. Because Ethereum loves to do that, so that's the safest bet right now to get into. Heading back over to Bitcoin and looking for a trade there. Right, we're going to take a look at the 5-minute or 15-minute maybe. Let's go to the 15-minute, see if we can get something going. Wow, it's a mess. Okay, nothing really here. We could take the Three Musketeers, but I don't like to take them too much because these three candles, these three arrows down, just indicate that we've got more downside, but not 100% of the time. And I haven't really come up with a percentage of times that it does actually work. So I'm going to leave that alone. So with that said, even if there's more downside, it's usually not a whole lot. Not a lot for Bitcoin. So the downside is probably going to be ending very shortly. So it's not worth, most of the time I just realize it's not worth trading, but there is a little bit of downside, especially if you see it on a larger time scale. Let's see here, is there anything else? Let's go down to the 5-minute because I'm not seeing anything worth trading at this point. Right, okay, so yeah, looks like it's going to reverse at this point on the 5-minute for me. I would look for a reversal first, reversal pattern. There's nothing to trade this right now to go on a reversal pattern just yet. Maybe it's done here. This is done, but there's no way to know. We need more time. We need more candlesticks to really determine whether this thing has reversed. You can see the Three Musketeers indicated we had more downsides, but this might be the end of the downside, but I think there's a little bit more before we continue higher back up. So don't get in. I don't see a trade here basically, so I don't see any entry both short or long at this point in time, so I'm not going to make one. And you know what, the best time, if you don't see the trade, if there's nothing available, then you don't trade. That's the key thing. Don't try to force a trade, because then you are going to get wrecked, destroyed, absolutely chaotically mashed up every single time, and you don't want to be that way. Okay, heading over to the dominance, which, well, I knew it was too good to be true, this M, but that's okay. Literally got some nice buys in as this thing reversed the dominance, and the altcoins are getting crushed. Looking for more crushing, of course. We're going to probably come up to this trend line here. Whether or not we break it, totally up to the market. Maybe we only do up to 49, 50%, and then like touch that and then come back down. We'll see. We'll just have to let the market decide for itself with that. So if it does, and then we start breaking down, it's going to be alt season soon. That would be a nice alt season to have and watch. So yeah, be a part of it, man. So make sure you get some little old lady studies in, right, by heading over to davincicodes.net/videos to learn how to do the little lady strategy and get into some alts, because we got a lot of alts, right? I do videos here and there on the in our Telegram group. Make sure you be a part of that Telegram group so you can see what we're buying, when we're buying. I missed this one. We did tell people, hey, you know what? Get some Lee, right? He's the trader in the group, right? That is helping me out here. And he told people to get not only this amp coin, but also quite a few others that made you quite some profits if you decided to trade them with a little bit of leverage, or use you leveraged your cash holdings to get in and get out quickly on these trades. But yeah, there you go. Another bonus reason for heading over to DaVinciJ15.com and purchasing your subscription today. Make sure you do so because prices are going up. Remember, prices are going up, so don't miss out on this opportunity to get in at a low price. So make sure, if you already have a subscription, that you buy your annual subscription before the price increases. Okay. Alrighty, well, thank you all for watching. I'm going to be doing a news rant soon, right after this, actually. But first, I'm going to ask people for questions and how they like the show so far. And yeah, so make sure that you become a part of that group. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see you guys there. So remember, Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers. All right, guys, nice. How'd that go? Do you have a strategy you can recommend for trading ranges, i.e., short overhead, resistance zones, with M's, etc.? Yeah, you know what? Range trading is different from trend trading. Range trading, right, with trending models tend to get pretty knocked around. Range traders, and then range traders get knocked around in a trending, and so. But you know what? The thing is, right? Markets trend 70% of the time, and range only 30. Trend 30% of the time, and range 70% of the time. So, that's how markets work. So. And yeah, you can see the chop is pretty heavy. Both whether we're moving up and then range, or we're moving down and then range. It's pretty harsh to get into a decent trade in a range. But there are tools and techniques and patterns that you can use to trade and range. And the key thing is to identify the range early, right? So that you can set the tops and bottoms and trade those with confidence, right? So a trade down here would have been hard to make, but a long was got you paid heavy, right? And so same with these, just identifying these ranges and making sure that you're looking for at the top of the range, you're looking for any kind of signal that can give you a short, and at the bottom of the range, any kind of signal that can give you a long, and that's it. Now keep in mind, right, that eventually that range is going to turn into a trending market, so always keep that in mind so that you do not blow out your account. Alright, so let's get on with the news that you can use for the day. Okay. Oh boy. All right, ready. Ready for the next part. Alrighty. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. Right now, we're doing my news read for today. I'm going to go through some news articles that I picked up. Actually, Lee has picked up for you guys. And if you want to know about Lee, you got to join our Telegram group, right? Links are in the description below and in the pinned comment, right? You can head over there and join our group and learn how to trade, and also get us some signals and learn what I am buying as well in my Telegram group by heading over to davincij15.com and do it right now, because the prices, as you can see, these prices, they're gonna be gone next week. And even though I'm not gonna have this thing updated because this is a video, the prices are gonna be a lot higher next week. So make sure that you get in before the prices go up. Alrighty. Let's start off, but before we start off with our first thing, which is the crypto bubbles, like always, remember, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any money in the market, because you know what, you can lose a lot of money in the crypto world, because a lot of people just do, right? They end up buying something, putting everything they've got on one particular coin, and that's how you end up losing all your money. If you don't do that, if you only put in maximum 5%, and people have left me messages, kind messages saying, thank you for teaching me to do that. That's called, what's it called? Money management, good money management and risk management. So yeah, make sure you do that. Alrighty. Oh, wow. Look at that. We got now, used to be T-Fuel was the only thing that was up. Now we got AMP up. We were talking about AMP earlier today on the other show, so if you missed it, make sure you check that out. And yeah, QNT is up. Oh, wow, I wonder what the heck that is. Well, we're going to have to talk about that in my altcoin videos that I do only for subscribers, right? So if you want to check that out, make sure that you subscribe so that you can get into that video where we talk about alts and what's going on with them. Okay. All right, let's get on with the news. First things first, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet tops $8 trillion for the first time. What can I say? You guys, you know, it's you know what that means. Okay, let me just explain what it means, because for me, I understand it completely, but maybe you don't. Right. What they're doing is that for the first time ever is that they're buying the U.S. Treasury debt. They're buying debt. May not just be Treasury debt, but other debt instruments as well. But they're buying them up because nobody wants them, right? And where do they get the money to buy that up? Well, they just print it. And why are they doing that? Is because they want interest rates low, and if they don't, interest rates would rise. Oh, but inflation's going higher. Yeah, but that's transitory. So that's why people don't want bonds. Yeah, but they're gonna want it one day, and we'll be able to sell it to them. Oh my God, you little Fed. You're so cute. You're so cute. But you know, right? You know how that ends, right? We all know how this ends, right? They're never going to fight inflation. They have no choice, because if they do, the whole market, the stock market, crypto market, everything, real estate market, everything drops from underneath the market. And you're like, okay, so big deal. Everything drops. I get to buy it cheap. No, you don't understand. You don't understand, buddy. That means your bank goes under, right? All your banks go under. And then, you know, the deposit insurance, they don't have enough to cover that. Right? So, yeah, okay. It's over. But except for the hyperinflation. That's just get that through your head, right? Since they can't allow allow the market to collapse on a full scale, right? Because that means, right, you can't pay your debts. People, like, not you, but large corporations can't pay their debts. They default, and even if they default, the assets go to the bank, but the bank can't liquidate those assets because they're liquidating those assets in a depressed market, and if they try, they'll end up taking a loss as well. Yes, I know. They got the money printed free, but they still have to cover anything over and above what they sold the asset for. So let's just say they got an asset for $1 million, right? Because the debt is $1 million, and then they tried to sell it for $1 million. They can't. They can only sell it for $250,000, right? So they need $750 million to come up with in order to cover off the full debt. And that's the rules, right? And so, yeah, I know, that's the rules. That they can change, but yes, that's the rules for now. And so, yeah, they have to come up with the $750,000 to pay off the whole debt, even though they just printed it and got it for nothing. So, yeah, and so that's why they would collapse, because they would have to continue selling other assets at a discount in order to cover all the holes in their balance sheet. So this is where there is no exit strategy for the Federal Reserve. All right? Now, glad they got that covered. Now, that's why I was laughing and making, I'm like, at the very beginning, because I know what it all meant, right? It's a big joke. And, and the only one who's laughing is not the Fed and the people who understand it. All right. We talked about Taproot and Schnorr signatures, but I want to talk about it again. I want to highlight, right, with this article that I'm going to be placing in the descriptions below, so that you guys can actually read it on your own. But some of the key things that we're going to have with the Taproot, so they're just on the basic level of it, right? It reduced the amount of data to be transferred over the blockchain, so that means more transactions per second, right? Because and it does that in such a way that you can create complex transactions and make them look like a very simple one. Instead of having a whole bunch of data, that means that instead of having a whole bunch of data to explain a specific, what seems to be a very complicated transaction, right? It can be done inside of a small amount of small information, and through this system called Taproot, and help along with Schnorr signatures. So that's the key thing. And so this results in lower fees for you over time. Now, once it starts, it's gonna be Taproot, Schnorr, do something, and it's not going to be like that, because just like the last upgrade was SegWit, we've only recently noticed a few cryptocurrency exchanges and wallets have implemented completely Schnorr signatures. But for example, BitPay, they haven't implemented, not Schnorr, sorry, SegWit transaction addresses, SegWit address, sorry, not Schnorr, SegWit addresses. So that SegWit addresses reduced the amount of space that you could do transfers on. So they're a lot better than the previous version, but not everyone can do the upgrade at the same time, because it's development work can be a lot at sometimes. Trust me, I know. Okay, and of course you want to be testing and make sure that it works. Blah 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 blah. Asset manager, $150 billion asset manager jumps into crypto market in partnership with NASDAQ. Now, this is just news to let you know that the bull market's not done. These guys, this is one of many that are jumping off the traditional market and into crypto. and they're going to be ahead of the game in the next 5 years. All these corporations that jump in and learn the tricks of the trade, because man, this technology is not going away. Even if they try to ban it, it's not going to stop it. There's too much innovation and too much usefulness for crypto assets. So there's no... A ban is just ridiculous. It's like banning cars, which, believe it or not, the UK did. And all it did was set back the car industry in the UK, right, significantly. Right? So, if the United States wants to do that, they can, but anybody else that doesn't do that, they will be propelled into the future, whilst, whoever banned it is going to be held in the Stone Age. So, yeah, that's not happening. I don't see that happening at all. Texas greenlights a chartered bank to custody crypto. So, I mean, as these banks and corporations add crypto to their balance sheet, it's going to make it more and more difficult for governments to come out and outright ban it. However, I would be careful with these custody solutions. Why is that? Really simple. Take a look what happened. Remember what we talked about here, right? Over here. Hyperinflation is the result, no matter what, right? So, if that's the case, right, and you've got a custodial solution, what has happened time and time and time and time and time again in every single hyperinflationary event in the recent 100 years? Okay? Well, let me tell you. The first thing the governments do is they go, okay, the reason why our currency is going down is because of speculators. Speculators are destroying our currency. We got to stop the speculators. And that's why our currency is going down. So we have created an idea to help stop the speculators. We're going to convert all the speculators' monies into our local currency. And this way, we will take care of the speculators. You don't have to worry, but they do. Yeah, dude, if you happen to have any currency stored at any particular bank or any custodial the government has a gun to, they'll convert that to their local currency. And guess who'll kindly get that crypto of yours? Yes, that's right. It's your local government. But hey, they didn't steal it from you. They paid you for it. Oh boy. So look out for that. I mean, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a whole episode dedicated to that, so that just like because it's going to be one of those, just like in my videos, my core video, the one that did 2 million. I bet you it's going to be one of those ones that's going to do 2 million as well. We'll buy Bitcoin for $1. Let's see here. Oh, darn, I messed up. Hang on, let's see here. There we go. Let's go to DaVinci J15. Bitcoin $1. Oops. There we go. This video was number one, and because it was dedicated to that one piece of information. Well, I'm going to give you another piece of information, and I'm going to repeat it. Because I've already said so many times, I have to do a dedicated video on that. Because it's very important. You will get your crypto taken from you. Not taken, sorry. Purchased from you. From your government. That's coming. That's coming. Don't you worry if you think that's not. If you think it's not coming, don't you worry. They got your back. They're coming to take it. Okay. Moving on. Another Switzerland bank, right? Also going to be custodizing your crypto and also doing trades, allow you to do trades with assets, crypto assets, of course. Yeah. So it's coming everywhere. Another thing is a huge proportion of millionaire millennials now heavily exposed to crypto markets. Heavily exposed. They're like naked in front of the crypto. Okay. Well, it's kind of interesting. It's obvious, man, because this is where it's at. This is where the money's at. And traditional people, older people, like to go with traditional assets, and yeah, I know I'm old, but still. But yeah, I'm not. I'm so far from traditional assets. It's not funny. I used to be, but not anymore because I knew that was all a big scam. So the survey, which polled 750 investors with at least 1 million investable assets, shows that nearly half of the millennials, 47%, have at least a quarter of their wealth in cryptocurrencies. The poll added that over a third of the millennials have invested at least 50% of their wealth into cryptocurrencies. Yeah, man, that's where it's at. Hey, they should be like 100%, some of these people, man. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, right, Bitcoin will outperform everything, right, in the next year. Will outperform everything. Everything. Buying it today or buying it maybe closer to 30,000, or even if it breaks lower to below the $30,000 level, will make you wealthier, way wealthier than buying anything else, all right, in the next year. So, yeah, is there some? I take that back, because there are some cryptocurrencies and some ways that if you buy into, for example, if you build your own company and you keep all the equity and you do a good job in building your own company, yes, that would probably outperform Bitcoin. If you purchase a allocation into some other person's company, yes, that has a potential to outperform Bitcoin, of course, as well. But the majority of us that have the ability to just go out and buy something that's open on the market, the majority of assets that will do better, the Bitcoin will outperform the majority of assets, basically. It will outperform the majority. So that's why you want to hold on to it. And it's an easy bet. And just so you know, right here, this shows you that how undervalued Bitcoin is compared to its normal average logarithmic chart. Make sure that you understand this, because check this out. It's really good information. And yeah, we're down 36% from the mean. So yeah, that means that Bitcoin has got a long way to go. We got to get up to like above the 200% for us to be in a okay, yeah. This is a nonsense market. So it's a long way to go. Long way. Finally, closing off. Well, not closing off. Actually, I'm gonna have one more tidbit of news that I want to share. General Motors is saying that they're saying, well, maybe we might accept Bitcoin. Yeah. I tweeted out saying, yeah, one of these days they're going to be saying, well, only mid-sized companies accept Bitcoin. Nobody buys except Bitcoin except these few mid-sized companies. Because now they're saying only small businesses accept Bitcoin. And before that, it was like, only criminals accept Bitcoin. Right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's coming. We're slowly getting there, and eventually it's gonna take over all. Then they're gonna be saying, well, only half the nations on the planet accept Bitcoin. It's not all of them. And then one day, when you're older and we're all living on Mars, it's like, well, it's only the planet Earth that accepts Bitcoin. Oh damn! Right. Okay. Moving right along. This is a cool article. You must listen to Michael Saylor. If you could understand, I mean, he talks on a high level, right? So a lot of things it's difficult to for most people to understand. But hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, and he's a genius when it comes to dealing with business. I remember he has a lot of smart people working around him, of course, but he's the one who makes the decision to execute, and he has. Against all odds. Basically, he is like a person who sees Bitcoin in the early, at the very early stages, and just went absolutely buck wild. Buck wild, buying it everywhere he could. He's the early stage of this mega wealthy, right? And he sees what a lot of the mega wealthy are starting to slowly get. And he basically feels like this: oh my God, I have to get as much as I possibly can before they figure it out, right? Yeah, and so that's that. That's where we're at. He understands that this is more than just a currency as well. It's more than just a payment system. It's so much more, but that's the first use case. Once we start using it on a daily basis as a payment system, a whole bunch of opportunities open up, and that's the main thing I think he sees as wow, beautiful. And then it just becomes like, why didn't we use this before? Yeah, because you said it wouldn't work. That's why. Oh man, well that's the reason why, people, Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers. Alright, that was fun. Let me just make sure that my editors got all this news stories, the news links for everybody to gain access to, because that would suck. I haven't been checking that the news links are in the descriptions, because I hate it when I watch a video and the news links are not in the description and I gotta go searching for it. So, how you guys doing over there? Let me see if I can answer a question whilst I do my copy and paste. How long do you think Bitcoin will be a stable coin between 30 and 40K? Because it seems that the whales are trying to control the BTC market and stabilizing price. It could be another month or two, right? That's possible, right? I've seen this. Like, if we go back, there was people were saying, $100 was the stable price for Bitcoin. Became a stable coin back in the day after our 266 blow off, right? I found that statement absolutely ridiculous, of course, but that's what people felt, right? It didn't last very long, right? And everybody's like felt it's forever. It's been here forever. Dude, it's been like 2 months. Oh man, you calling it a stable coin? It's been in the range of $100 to $120 for 2 months. Right, dude. Right. Oh man, that's so funny. That's so funny. So, alrighty. Let me see here. CoinDesk. Let's see here. Did I get the bank? Oh darn! Now I forgot where I left off. Okay, CoinDesk. Yeah, there we go. Right here. We're gonna copy that one. and paste this. Daily huddle. Okay, so moving that over here so I don't lose my spot. Okay, so next question. Do you think Taproot activation makes it more likely for Bitcoin to be banned in certain countries? Good question, because what he's trying to say with that is that because certain coins such as Dash, Monero, and a few others, to name a few, zero something, whatever, I can't remember now. But that are privacy coins, they've been banned, and some exchanges have actually delisted them because of that. And so, because Bitcoin will also have similar but not quite the privacy issues, because here's the thing, right? The difference between the privacy issues, the privacy in what's it called, Beam, Wimble coins and stuff like that, is that you cannot know who the destination is and how much they got, right? You don't know any of that, right? But with Taproot and Schnorr signatures, you'll still see the destination, just not who sent it, right? There's plausible deniability. You won't know whether this guy or this guy or this guy or that guy sent it to the final destination. So yeah, that's about it, right? So for example, the government will no longer be able to say those are stinky coins. No. That's over with, right? Not after the activation, of course, right away, but when software slowly trickles out using the activated new protocols. So yeah, that's my news for the take for that. Moving on to another question. Try to make one video overhyped style like Crypto. Watch this or die. Okay, I will actually. You know what? The next video I do with the what's it called? The information that I just told you guys. Like, man, we gotta write that down and mark this down, because this has to be done, because this is going to be one of those viral videos after the fact, of course, where you're like, he said that, didn't he? Yeah, duh. Right? They're going to not only take your what's it called, your crypto. They're going to take any kind of foreign currency account you have and convert it to local currency. Get it through your head. Okay. The only thing that could stop Bitcoin is the Fed stopped printing money forever, but that won't happen. They demand a rise in Bitcoin. Yeah, it's not impossible for them to stop printing. It's just unlikely, right? So if you agree that they'll be okay with, I don't know, just saying, okay, you know what, let's prices drop to nothing. And who cares? If Michael Saylor gets bankrupt, and so what, many other people who got borrowed money, borrowed dollars, if you think they're going to go that route, right, because that's everybody, that's from Berkshire Hathaway to, I don't know, your retirement company, everything, your insurance company, right? If you think that they're going to wipe out every single corporation, then you bet on the Fed actually reducing their balance sheet. And the best way to do that is to hold dollars, hold physical dollars. So actually, yeah, believe it or not, yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to take out physical dollars, and I don't have my physical dollar prop, but you take physical dollars and you keep it under your mattress, right? Why is that? Because all the dollars will just dry up, right? If they stop printing. So what will happen, right? What's going to happen, right? Is that it will just be an implosion in the dollar. So all everything, the amount of dollars that will just disappear because they have to pay off all the debt. It'll be like an inverse black hole, like a black hole basically. The whole dollar system would collapse in on itself, right? Where every single dollar would get sucked in to pay off debt, right? It's just not going to happen. I don't see how they let that happen, and that means that the U.S. government can't function because they're the biggest debtor, right? And they're not going to pay off that debt. Right? So, right? Yeah. And you might think, wait a second, do our creditors know that? Oh, damn. Oh, man. I think that by now, with the balance sheet of the Fed being $8 trillion, I think they figured it out. Okay. Let's see here. Next question. The only thing that are we potentially in for a longer, slower bull run, or do you think that the 4-year cycle and principle of the stock flow model will hold? I think the stock flow model will continue to hold, and we're still in a bull market. Just taking its time, right? Remember, the bull market, right, usually is generally not like this, where we just went straight up for 7 months. It's more like painful normally, right? Where you come back down, take 2 steps up and 1 step back, 2 steps up and 1 step back, right? So, or sometimes 3 steps up and 2 steps back, right? So it's extremely painful, and we didn't have it that way. We had it was up and away. Okay, hypothetically, fun question. If you could double your BTC holdings instantly, but for the rest of your life you have to put mayonnaise on everything you eat, would you do it? What? No. I have enough Bitcoin not to do that. Right? So no. I don't see. No. Even though I don't hate mayonnaise. No, because you'd get sick of it after a while. For mayonnaise for the rest of your life. No, you would not do it, because even if it was something like that was normal, like it wasn't just mayonnaise, but I don't know what else would what other condiment, something like, I don't know, hummus that was like healthy, right? It had to have a little bit of hummus on it. No, wouldn't do that either. Why would you? No, doesn't make no sense. It'll make no sense at all. Right? Maybe I'll do it for 1 million Bitcoin. Yeah. I'd consider it. With the crypto value transfer regulation, the German government wants to disclose the senders and the recipient of the transactions in the future. How could they do that? They can't. They can only get the recipient, but not the sender, with the future upgrade to, obviously with the future upgrade of Schnorr and Taproot. it wouldn't be possible in the sense of it didn't come from an exchange, basically, right? That had to do that had to comply. So if it was just you sending it to your grandma, yeah, good luck. They're not going to see that, figure that out, that you sent it to your grandma. I mean, they'll see, maybe they'll be able to figure out that grandma got it, right? And they'll be able to figure out that you sent coins, but not sure if you sent it to your grandma or not. Obviously, it would most likely it was you, right? But you have plausible deniability. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. Let's see what the Twitch guys got to say. Thoughts on Death Cross? Well, the Death Cross, unfortunately, let me just bring that up. The Death Cross, right? The daily, yep, has a significance though. Not this is, keep in mind, doesn't mean that this is 100%. Does not mean that this is 100%. I'm gonna repeat that. Does not mean that this is 100%. Normally, when we have a Death Cross close to our price and the price is below the Death Cross, that is bearish. That means we're going into a long-term bear cycle, right? But that's not 100%, right? That's not 100%. There are times when it just goes, that's what? Okay. So keep that in mind. It's just the prior probability is that we are going lower, not higher, because of the Death Cross. Accept it, don't accept it, it is what it is. Okay. Alrighty, next. Hey, how am I? I'm good. When is my birthday? My birthday is September 15th. Okay. That's speaking of that, I need to publish a video, which that's really. Oh, shame. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I have to go. I have a meeting now, right now, so I can't talk about my birthday thingy. Alrighty, talk to you guys later. Nice. It was been a slice. See you on the other side. Maybe tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. I haven't missed too many shows. Definitely tomorrow. Cheers.